Tristan, good to see you. We've heard from Oglesby and some of the others when news got out that you were coming back for another year. It was like a big sigh of relief in the facility. Take us through the process of just kind of waiting things out, and what does it mean to you to finally have another year and come back to Arizona?
Yeah, obviously super excited to be able to be back with this team. Kind of for a while, it was just waiting to see like what was going to happen. And then obviously once I got that, I was actually on the plane and got a text from Coach O, like all fired up, and I had no idea what he was talking about because I couldn't get my email. But once he told me, super excited, and then just been rolling from there.
And last year, you became a starter, became really productive. How do you think last year can set you up for this year? What lessons did you learn?
Yeah, I think just got a lot of experience. That was my first real significant playing time. And so just learning a lot through playing. But I think really just being in year two of the same offense, playing around the same guys, being comfortable with those guys, and then just building from there from a culture standpoint is going to be the biggest thing for us.
Michael and Jason?
No, it seems like Trey Spivey's making a lot of plays out there this spring. Where have you seen his game grow the most?
Yeah, I think Trey's such a special player. I will go as far to say he's a generational talent. Like, I mean, his dad's an MLB star, so Trey's just he's shown glimpses. He's shown what he's capable of. I mean, seven touchdowns on 12 touches is special, but now you have him playing in the scheme. Now he's confident in what he's doing. And he knows the scheme. He knows the playbook, so he's lining up faster. He's gonna win every one-on-one you match him up with, and then. Obviously, we've seen how lethal he is with the ball in his hands. So as he continues to get more comfortable, I think I said this last year, as he continues to get more comfortable, he's going to get more dangerous. And we look forward to leaning on Spive to continue to be explosive for us.
Jason and then Juan.
From Noah, Seth just said that, as well as you've played, one thing that you guys have discussed improving on is trusting the scheme at times. What do those conversations look like, and what does trusting the scheme look like for you?
Yeah, that's something I put in my notes a lot. I think Coach Deggy's offense is so special. I've said that many times. I think the scheme is one of a kind. But I think what makes Coach Deggy special is I've talked about his mentality, but I think his coaching points are legit as well. He's played the position at a high level, so he knows drop mechanics. He knows eye progressions. He knows how to keep me on time. So for me, I have proof from last season, but I also have proof from this spring that if I play in the system, if I play and I trust not just the scheme, but I trust his coaching points, there's going to be answers everywhere. So I think we've gotten better at that, and we got a couple more practices to continue to master it.
Juan and then Damian?
No, last night you beat out guys like Jaden Bradley and Jay Friend, other great male student athletes to win the Sapphire Award. What did that mean to you, and were you surprised to win that award?
Yeah, I was surprised. It's an honor for sure. I'm extremely grateful to everybody that made that possible in terms of the voting process. Dr. Desiree and like you said, those are some great names. Jay's awesome, and then obviously we know what JB is. So it is a prestigious award that I'm really grateful for. But at the end of the day, football is the greatest team sport, and any individual accolade that comes with football, especially a quarterback, it's not possible without your team. So I'm just grateful that I'm a part of this team, and I look forward to making a lot of team memories this year and winning some championships.
Damian and then Justin?
Tristan, between the injury and just sitting here today, what was the toughest moment or toughest part of the process of just getting back?
I think really the biggest thing is, for me, that was my first time ever being seriously injured and having a long rehab process. So I think just trusting the process and going day by day is the hardest part. It's really easy to want to look ahead to the next milestone or what's coming. But just being where my feet are was the hardest thing. But it makes it a lot easier, when you have great teammates, you can lean on them. And those guys were always with me, always supporting me throughout this whole process. So that made it a lot better.
Speaking of that, I know we talk about it and you got this big smile on you and you're nodding along. How much does it mean to have this guy back?
I was probably the happiest when I got to hear that he got another year. I know we talked about it, and he was telling me that there was a possibility, so definitely praying about it and hoping for it. So when I got the news, I was super excited as well. But you talk about a professional, and he's been that way since he came in. He has a contagious personality. Everybody that's around him loves being around him. And then you talk about the professional he is on the field. He's been so dominant, been so successful, so I'm excited to get him back, not just for the year. And then you talk about the toughness part, and Coach Deggy's told this story to us a lot, but if you go back to that Cincinnati game, that was one of the bigger drives. I believe that was a touchdown drive. But we have a second down, and I couldn't remember exactly what we ran on second down. I'm sure it was a run play, but that's the play that he got hurt. Then you get to a 3rd and 4, and me personally, we called it gas. So we went on the ball, 3rd down, and it was one of our game plan plays where we hit an out route to Cam Barmore versus cover 0. So for me, it's just I saw cover 0. I knew I had a one-on-one matchup, so we made it happen. I look back and I see TB on the ground. So obviously there's concern and there's scare there, but I didn't really understand what the backstory was. So Coach Deggy's the one that broke it down the next day. But TB got hurt on the second down, and he knew that we're going gas tempo, and he knew that if he stayed down, Cincinnati would have a chance to sub. So with the broken ankle, he got up, he lined up, and in a cover 0 pressure, he hopped back. You kick-stepped with one leg, pushed the DN enough to allow me to step up and allow me to make a 3rd down conversion, which ended up being the game-winning touchdown. So
Great
you
throw.
talk about toughness. That's the motto of toughness for sure.
What do you remember about that?
I mean, I definitely knew that I broke my ankle. But like Noah said, it was gas tempo, and it was a critical point in the game. I knew that drive was, we kind of sputtered out a few times before that. I knew that drive was super important for us. And in that position, like, only thing on my mind is we got to win this game. And that's kind of really the way that I try to approach every game, every snap, what I'm doing, just focusing on our team and putting ourselves in the best position. Yeah.
Justin and Michael.
God damn, that's crazy. But Noah, we've seen clips this year of Sawyer Robertson from Baylor. He's getting ready for the NFL. Last year, Jackson Dart. He's talking to John Gruden, and they're going over the cadences. And Gruden's very critical of the clap. Have you seen that? And what do you think about that?
Yeah, I have seen those videos, and we've talked about it too because Coach Deggy's has a clap cadence, and we have an indicator. We have an indicator word. So we say set before our clap, but I know at Ole Miss when Jackson Dart was on the Gruden podcast, there was no indicator. He literally just clapped. So I would say we're a clap procedure, but I think we have a lot more layers to it. We have a lot of different mechanics. We have a lot of different cadences that allow us to keep our guys off, keep the defense off guard, and allows us to see different pictures. So I don't think we're as basic. Maybe if Gruden heard ours, he wouldn't be so against claps.
We've heard about the tight end group and how they're settling in. What has it been like for those guys to get implemented?
Yeah, first and foremost, that their leader and Josh Miller is probably he's outside of Coach Deggy. His mentality is probably one of the greatest I've seen as well. So I got so much respect for him. You always know that his recruitment and his process to get his guys, they're always going to be right on mentality wise and scheme wise. But I think we have a great group. It's led by Cole Rusk and Tyler Powell, and it's been great to see TP getting back, but also Cole just stepping into that role. He has so much experience under his belt, and I think he's one of the more athletic guys you've seen at that position. Then Shane King and Arthur Ban, who came in, both specimens in terms of their measurements, in terms of what they can do. So it's been great to see them as well. We've got a great relationship with those guys, as well as the Young Bucks. Henry coming in, and then obviously we have Tyler Mustaine as well. So I'm super excited about that room. I think they're going to help us a lot, both in the run and pass game, and allow us to be explosive in 12 personnel, but also allow us to run the ball in 11.
Finish up with Michael and then Justin.
One question for each. For Tristan, what does your timeline look like? Do you have certain milestones or goals in mind, or dates that you kind of plan to?
Yeah, not really dates. I would say that I'm pretty close to healthy right now. Just kind of more so being safe and smart, understanding what the end goal is, and trying to make sure that I'm 100% healthy. But I feel very close to that, and the training staff and the strength staff have done an excellent job taking care of me in that regard, and making sure that as I approached those milestones in the past, everything was set and my body was taken care of to be ready for that.
And for Noah, when I watch your brother out there, it really reminds me a lot of Jacob Manu when he was here, your former teammate. How do you, what's the scouting report on your brother's football ability?
Yeah, I don't get to watch him too much on the field. I do know when we go and watch back on film, I'll go watch him and kind of enjoy that as a brother. But it's been great to see him. It's been great to hang out with him. But seeing his process, I never played with him before, so I've seen it all from the sideline. But being able to see him on the field, I mean, we all know that he's fast. He's extremely explosive, and the kid's smart. So he has great instincts, and I think that's what allows him to play at this level and allows him to be successful. So there's a lot of run throughs, but I don't think they're just luck. I think he's extremely smart, makes some calculated risks, takes some calculated risks. But he's a special player, and it's been awesome to play with him.
Finish up with Justin.
Noah, we've heard from Coach Dagey about going under center multiple times this spring. How do you think that's going to help the offense, just adding that little wrinkle?
I think it gives us a kind of a new angle of attack. I believe running the ball will be a little better under center. You get some better angles, and then some better tracks. But I think it allows you to be more dangerous in terms of play action pass and naked boots. So I mean, you take the best scheme in the world and you add that wrinkle to it. I think we could be extremely dangerous with the personnel that we have.
And then Tristan, I asked Coach Dagey about the most improved player this spring, and he said Louis Aqua. What has it been like for you to see him go through this process over the last few months and also the last year?
Yeah, it's been awesome. I mean, Louis came in a little bit light and worked really hard during the season in the winter to put that weight on. And with that has found, I think, some comfort on the field, being a little bit heavier, but also his confidence. He's playing extremely confident right now and playing really well, and super happy for him. It's great to get to watch him do that. And then the best thing about Louis is how excited he is on the field. Like, that guy just loves to play football. And those are guys that you want in your room, on your team, in your building. So super proud of Louis and all the progress he's making. He's playing really well.
Thank you, everybody.
Cool.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks, guys.